Mosquitoes. The worst animals to ever exist since the dawn of Earth's existence. And no, I'm not exaggerating. It is the worst thing out of everything. Heck, they shouldn't even be classified as animals. They're a bunch of bioengineered rapists created by Mother Nature to track us Goyim down, spreading these creatures everywhere to steal blood from us. She might be a vampire at this point, creating the spawn of Satan in the laboratory to collect blood from our draining bodies. But anyways, here I'm going to be talking about why mosquitoes are literally a net negative to everything and propose no actual good use to society. So let's analyze why mosquitoes deserve to go extinct for life so these stupid sub-objects cannot torture the hell out of us anymore. What everyone knows about mosquitoes is that they obviously bite people and make the itches insufferable. It's even worse that they use their needles to pump blood out of your body without you even noticing at all. It's until they finish doing their jobs. These demons also transmit deadly diseases to humans and are responsible for causing millions of deaths. Far more deaths than Hitler, Stalin, and Mao all combined together. This proves that these things are far worse than the most evil beings throughout history. Especially with mosquitoes carrying out their secret weapons such as malaria, West Nile virus, and yellow fever. I believe that malaria is on the top 10 worst diseases out there, only beaten by brain-eating amoeba, mad cow disease, rabies, and Ebola. If you're familiar with malaria, there are these dangerous warriors called plasmodiums hidden inside mosquito trojans that seek out to invade your body as they massacre as many blood cells as they can and evolve inside your liver, far worse than what alcohol does. Another disease transmitted by mosquitoes that I find to be as terrifying as malaria is yellow fever. Hence its name, yellow fever is a disease that turns your eyes yellow. That sounds incredibly terrifying as hell. Like if you started turning into a lizard after Mark Zuckerberg bites you. It's a curse that you get after daring to open a mummy's tomb. You look like a goddamn alien if you ever contracted a mosquito implanted with yellow fever. But it's natural for mosquitoes to bite people to lay eggs. Only females do it. Hoo hoo hoo! I don't care! These are the ugliest women out there. Oh no. I'm not a misogynist. I can prove that these mosquitoes are 100% evil and do it out of malice and not just natural instincts. As you can see, back in the early ages in the first Palantir and Tel Aviv, plenty of scientists led by Teal's ancestors have been building these microscopic drones known as mosquitoes to steal blood from us in order for the scientists to offer our blood to Satan. You got a source for that?! I have all the sources right in my hands right now as I'm speaking. I'm offering you the evidence that these mosquitoes are doing this out of malice. This is exactly why these pure evil parasites fucking deserve to go extinct. So that these mosquitoes can stop raping us for good. Even if they don't carry diseases, Satan's vampire flies still leave itchy bumps everywhere in our bodies for us to suffer until we burn our hard-working money to repel them and medicine to eliminate these nasty bumps. It's so that the scientists that develop these blood-sucking parasites can laugh at our faces so that they can stay on top of the food chain and treat us like stupid peasants to suffer. Before you say that there are other important roles that mosquitoes serve besides these early redditors stealing our blood, I'll say that these roles are just a petty excuse to justify mosquito crimes. One excuse I hear about mosquitoes is that they are an important food source for many different animals such as bats, fish, birds, etc. Well, mosquitoes definitely aren't the only food source provided for these animals to eat. I'm convinced that they'll be fine with finding other things to eat. It's just that they'll have to get used to eating other options, just without mosquitoes. Like eating fries without ketchup. There's this one specific type of animal called mosquito fish. I have plenty of these fish before in my aquarium. So apparently, pest controls release thousands of these fish into large bodies of water in order to eliminate mosquito larvae. They do help, but unfortunately not that much since there are other spots for at least trillions of mosquitoes to thrive. Let's take this hypothetical scenario where all mosquitoes all go extinct, which they deserve by the way. Many different animals such as mosquito fish would have to adapt into seeking out alternative food sources to eat, since there are definitely many other options besides mosquitoes. So they should get used to other food sources without the flying terrorists that transmit deadly microbes. Eventually, there are other alternative food sources that many different animals can eat. It's like if you remove vanilla or chocolate, there are other ice cream flavors for you to eat. Not only are there many different options besides mosquitoes for animals to consume, what I heard people complain about is that mosquitoes also pollinate nectar. Wah wah wah! Who cares? Get bees and other pollinators to perform the job on these plants that have been pollinated by these microscopic Hitler Epsteins. If you're gonna say that there are plants that are exclusively only for mosquitoes, I still don't care. Too bad, too sad. Let them rot if their VIPs are 100% mosquitoes. Survival of the fittest, I guess. Many different animals die all the time, like wolves eating deer or crocodiles eating ducks. What are we supposed to feed these carnivores, huh? Grass that we should touch? I'm not saying that these plants that are pollinated by mosquitoes deserve to go extinct, but I'm not gonna allow mosquitoes to live just for these plants to continue to exist. Either have these plants attract different pollinators or die off. This is coming from someone who supports in making the environment much greener for a cleaner planet, by the way. Anyways, to conclude this topic, there are many different food sources for these animals to eat, so the ecosystem doesn't collapse all that much, and I suggest for either different pollinators for these specific type of plants or bioengineered pollinators. If you Google what the mosquito population in the world is, there are approximately 110 trillion mosquitoes in the entire world. Some of the most populated animals in the world, just beaten by ants, worms, and Bristol mouthfish. Because of how abundant mosquitoes are, it's nearly impossible to literally eradicate all of them to extinction, like dinosaurs. It's even worse during the summer since the rise of heat waves burning our bodies like the nether. It attracts even more mosquitoes for them to lay eggs in dirty water, thus increasing the population of mosquitoes drastically during the immense heat. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves have been faking me out. Can't wait to make you happy now. Anyways, the hotter the weather, especially in the summer, the more mosquitoes there are to molest on your blood, just like Peter Thiel's Palantir and Flock cameras. No matter how much you kill these terrorists, the population stays the same or skyrockets. Mosquitoes have also evolved to get used to the repellents and zappers. So these products aren't as effective as they were before due to the mosquitoes mutating like cockroaches. They can easily find any body of water from a small puddle to a large lake to lay eggs in and allow mosquitoes to torture the fuck out of us even more. But anyways, there's nothing really that much to explain why and how mosquitoes populate so quickly, regardless of how much we try to prevent them. Yes, these rabid parasites deserve to be tortured in the most brutal ways and nothing less. In fact, mosquitoes also deserve to be viewed as less than animals, considering that they are literally a net negative to everything. I don't care if you think that's animal abuse, they inflict so much pain on us either way. There will be the submissive, nose-ring white woman liberals acting like animal rights activists that think that mosquitoes deserve to live in utter BS. Mosquitoes shouldn't be hated, now let them bite me since they should be treated with much respect as other animals. You do you, I guess, but you're a fucking moron if you think that they should be treated in a positive light. That's like when I noticed that some degenerates believe that confirmed child predators should have human rights, like they need to have their hard drive checked. Actually, the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Go lock them up in Arkham Asylum. Mosquitoes should have their limbs amputated in cartel style, as they're being tortured by the zappers while being burned horrifically and nothing less. Like, if these mosquitoes are very huge, they will flatten us into pancakes and record us like victims in these gore and mass shooting videos. Their only purpose is to literally suck blood to drain us without us noticing until it's too late anyways. The worst animals to ever exist contribute nothing to nature but cause agony. If we eradicate mosquitoes from existence, I don't think that the ecosystems will fall into destruction anyways, since the animals I mentioned earlier could find alternative food source options to consume either way. Briefly, these irredeemable monsters would be better off receiving medieval torture and wiped from all of existence. Eventually, to sum this all up, mosquitoes are literally the worst things to ever exist since the dawn of Earth and serve as a net negative to everything. Nothing positive about them. They change nothing if they are wiped off to extinction for good. The only purpose that these blood-sucking terrorists serve is that they search for victims to collect blood from, so they can reproduce more of themselves to commit mass suffering amongst us. Not only do they make us itch and suffer without us feeling anything at all, but they also transmit horrific diseases that will cause severe damage to the human health. Many animals can find many different alternative food options if mosquitoes were to go extinct, which they deserve to, just that the animals should get used to it. During the summer and hot weathers, mosquitoes can reproduce very quickly in anywhere that contains water, thus spreading hundreds of trillions of mosquitoes to spread across the world to torture us. And these pieces of shit deserve to be tortured in the most brutal ways possible, as they should be seen as less than animals. So yes, they'd be better off eradicated completely. So see ya.